What's up, Cherry Blossom family? Welcome back to the channel, or if you're new here, hi, my name is Jessi, also known as Miss Cherry, and today we are doing another installment of Crafted. If you are new here, or if you've never seen Crafted, I'd like to go over what Crafted is. So Crafted is a Disney DIY challenge series that my friend Katie from Over The Moony and I do every month. So what it means is that we usually send each other craft supplies and we assign each other some sort of scene or character or song or something along those lines, and then we have to create something inspired by those items or scenes or songs or characters. And today is very exciting because we have our first submission from one of you guys that we are creating ourselves. So instead of Katie and I exchanging, we're both doing this craft that you guys sent to us, which is really exciting, and I'll highlight that in just a second. But if you haven't seen Katie's channel, I hope that you will go over there and go check her out today. She's absolutely amazing. She's a great friend of mine. She loves all things Funko, villains, Disney, Harry Potter. She also loves all things like Celestial, which we love. I will link Katie's channel above and also down below. And be sure to go and check her out because she's also going to be creating a video today. So today we are celebrating the 70th anniversary of Alice in Wonderland. And I realized when we were doing this, I have 0 Alice in Wonderland shirts. I have a tank top, can't find it, and no ears. I feel kind of bad. I feel like I need to step this up and maybe get some. So we went with like a Cheshire Cat kind of Mad Hatter little number today. So here's what we're doing. But I want to talk about the craft that was submitted by Elizabeth. Elizabeth, thank you so much for reaching out to me. She reached out and said, I would love for you guys to create this. This is a teacup garden. So both Katie and I are making a teacup garden. Thank you so much, Elizabeth, for sending this. I thought this was such a cool, creative craft, and it sent us both on a mission to find teacups and to like start being creative and figure out what we wanted to do. So thank you so much for sending that in. I'm gonna show you, here is my teacup. So this is a teacup and saucer set. There are 2 saucers. So I really struggled with the theming of this teacup garden. I had started with the intention that I really wanted to do the caterpillar from Alice in Wonderland because I really love that character. I think he's so kooky and so different. And I just thought it would be really fun to do that. But then I just couldn't find the right color of teacup, and I couldn't find the right type of like little tiny atmosphere to make him. And so I just quickly moved on and was like, okay, this is gonna have to be something different. I landed on Queen of Hearts, also didn't jive with what I was looking for. And then my mom, I engaged the help of my lovely mom because she's a very creative woman. And I told her right before work, because I talked to her on the way to work, and I was telling her, I'm like, okay, I'm just struggling with this craft. Like, do you have any ideas? Like, what do you think? She sent me like mid-morning while I was at work, 17 different photos. And I was looking through, you know, like, oh, okay, well, and then we landed on the oysters. Yes, we are making an oyster scene out of this teacup. So my garden is going to be under the sea themed, which if you've been at my channel for any amount of time or may see my background of my extensive Little Mermaid collection, under the sea things are my thing. And so this really spoke to my soul. I'm like, this is it. This is what we are making. I'm so excited. So I have my teacup. Also, I have a lot of things that I'm going to be doing with it. So I do have hot glue in different colors. So I have a feeling we're going to be using the white and teal of this. I also have hot glue that is glitter, and I am not 100% sure if I'm going to incorporate glitter or not, because I have some really cool things I want to show you that will kind of tell you why I may not want to include glitter. I have a giant bag of seashells because I did a couple of seashell crowns for King Triton and Ursula. I also have a DIY video on these if you're interested. I'll link it above and also down below. But we need to find our oyster shells from this. Then also my lovely husband had these like rocks that he uses for his cactuses because he loves cactuses. And I'm like, I need this because I think it would go good maybe like somewhere in the hot glue, maybe kind of around the base of the cup to make it look kind of like sand. And then I went to Walmart to the fish section. We are all over the place here, guys. And I found some really cool like little seaweed and things. I thought it might be kind of fun to do like a little background for the little oyster guys. So I thought that'd be fun. And then this is why I'm still trying to decide if I want to do glitter. Now I have a ton of flat backed charms. I have pearl, blue, and I also have a black and teal. So I'm going to use those to make it look like bubbles. And then I also have some nice like purpley ones as well that are kind of mixed in there that I'm going to use to make it look like, you know, it's bubbling over, make it look like it's under the sea, which I think will be really fun. We're going to be utilizing Model Magic to make the, oops, sorry, that's backwards to you. Model Magic to make the little faces. And then I have a bunch of fabric in my craft room and we're going to make their itty bitty little blankets to put in their shells as well. This is going to be quite the undertaking, so let's do this.
The first step was gluing together the saucers and also the cup, and I used E6000 on the bottom and just squished them all together. Next, I'm looking through my bag of seashells to find some really cute small seashells that will make really nice oysters. So I'm looking for like a hat and also like a little bottom to hold their little bodies. And I think I found 3 perfect ones. After the teacup and saucer dried, I went ahead and filled the teacup with those little cactus gravel pieces that I had. And then I placed in the seaweed kind of into the back of the teacup, exactly where I wanted it, because I'm getting ready to add the water into this with hot glue. And so that is the next step. So to create a seal and also make it look like water, I'm using blue hot glue and filling the entire top of the teacup with hot glue. And then I also place a clear layer on top of that to give it a little bit of depth.
Okay, so next I'm using Model Magic to make the little oyster faces and little oyster bodies and little feet. And so I'm going to use white for the face, purple for the body, and then, I'm sorry, I forgot to pick brown, and then brown for the shoes. So I'm going to start modeling those, and then I'm going to let it dry for 24 hours, and then we're going to add some little painted details into them.
A step that I did not show on camera was that I actually painted the shells purple. Also, I decided to go ahead and use a marker for their faces and also paint their faces a nice light pink color. I'm so excited to show you the final product coming up very soon, but now we're going to move on to the second craft.
Now, moving on to craft number 2. So I, again, did struggle a little bit with these crafts, but then I found this and I was like, I've never made this before and it was so intriguing to me, and also I really want to make these for other things, but I found these things called shaker tags. Now shaker tags are basically just, I would call them like a flat Christmas ornament is what it looked like to me, and then it has 2 clear panels, and then you can place in glitter or sequins or beads or what have you, and then you can move them around and shake them, and it's like a little baby snow globe. So I thought it would be really cute to do like Alice in Wonderland quotes and then fill them with things like, you know, those sorts of things, glittery, sparkly things. And so there's 2 quotes that I definitely know I'm going to use. One is off with their heads, because who doesn't love a villain? And I found this glitter at Michael's, and it is little crowns. I'm like, yes, this is everything. And also these little red hearts that I thought were so cool. So we're gonna make a Queen of Hearts themed one. And then I also really love the quote, do you suppose she's a wildflower? And when I was there, I saw this really interesting UV resin craft section in Michael's that had tons of tiny itty bitty things that were perfect for this. And I ran across these really cute little clay flowers, and I was like, these, and here's the close-up of them. I was like, these are so interesting and neat. And I figured that we could pick some of the ones that look more meadowy and less Hawaiian-y and put them in there for that as well. So I do want to make a third one because I like everything in threes. So I will be making a third one, but I haven't decided on the quotation yet, and so we will do that in just a little bit. But one of my favorite things to ask you guys always is, what would you do if you were given the assignment of Alice in Wonderland for your craft? Please let me know down in the comments down below. I would love to know what you guys would come up with. You guys are so creative, so I always love reading. This is the part of crafted where I like to experiment and see if this might work. So these tags are made of chipboard, and I heard that you can paint with acrylic paint on them and they will survive. So we're gonna test one out and see. I heard if you use oil-based paint, it will ruin it. So I'm kind of nervous to like try it, but we are just gonna have to just try and see what happens. Why not, right? Okay. So I'm just gonna try one. And then if there's any like bubbling or anything weird, then like I'll stop. And then throw this one away, and we'll just use the cardboard as the background. I think we're gonna be okay. Let's try Alice Blue is gonna be our first color. This is gonna be for the wildflowers. Oh my gosh, that was very runny paint. Okay. So this will be for the wildflowers. Let's turn this down so you can see. So I'm just using just like basic craft paint. Ooh, that's a pretty color. Okay, so it looks like the verdict is in, and chipboard is okay to paint. So that's giving me the green light to, it does have a little bit of like curve to it, but I think it's just because it's wet. So yeah, it's giving me the green light to keep going. So I'm gonna keep painting, which you guys don't need to see. You saw what I did. I'm just gonna paint both sides for all of them. And then we will come back when it's time to fill these guys with some fun sequins and glitter and different things like that.
So I used my Cricut to cut out a couple of quotations from Alice in Wonderland so I could place them on the clear portion of the shaker. So right now I'm just weeding my vinyl and getting ready to place this onto the clear panel that is on the front of these shaker ornaments.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I just got done at the gym and I'm like working on these projects. I'm such an idiot. Okay, so I was making, this is so cute, right? It says like, do you suppose she's a wildflower? And I love how it turned out, and it's like the perfect size. Guys, these have like a cellophane on them. So do you see like the cellophane? I didn't peel it off beforehand. I didn't peel it off beforehand. So, oh my gosh, I might be able to salvage it. I salvaged it. Oh my gosh, that was a miracle. Oh my gosh, we almost had a nailed it moment, you guys. I'm so, honestly, so proud. I was just plugging away, not even thinking about it possibly having cellophane. Okay, let's try this and see if this is gonna work. Let me do a little. Okay, let's see if this is gonna work for us. Okay. Guys, these are so much fun to make. I'm telling you, if you have not tried making these, These are so fun. So something that I learned that I feel like I need to share with you is I painted the back of these. Now, I will say, in order for the glitter to show up or the sequins to show up, I think you need like a white background or a black background. And so I'm actually gonna cut some white vinyl and make these white. So I'm gonna do that now, but I think we're pretty close to being done and I don't think I can show you anymore. These are super easy to use. There's like basic instructions on how to glue them together on the back. These are such fun, simple, super duper cool crafts and I'm so excited to show you the finished product. I love these. It is a few days later and I'm still in my work clothes, but I wanted to show you my 2 crafts that I finished. This was a really fun crafted. Thank you again so much to Elizabeth for sending in your suggestion. I was so challenged by the craft that you sent, but I'm so happy with how it turned out. So I'm gonna show you first the craft that I made that was like my pick your own craft. These are the shaker ornaments that I created. Something that I will say is I did not have the ribbon that I wanted to be able to hang these, but here is what they look like. So it says off with their heads, and then let's try to move it around so you can see like the sequins and the glitter kind of move, which is really fun. And then here's this one that's a we're all mad here. We're all mad here. And then this one has glitter. Now I will say, I didn't like the glitter as much as I liked this sequin. It kind of gets stuck on the front and also on the back a little bit. But this one is like the creme de la creme. I'm most proud of this one. This is the Do You Suppose She's a Wildflower. And look how cool this one is. And also, I don't know if I can get it to stay in the middle, but it's just so pretty. And it has all those really cute flowers. I just love this one. This one's my definite favorite. You'll have to let me know down below if this is a craft that you would make. I loved experimenting with this. I feel like I could make them a lot better, kind of knowing that like the background needs to be white and maybe like the lettering needs to be more plain and not like a color that's inside. I feel like this one was really good, but these were like, they were okay. And then moving on to the creme de la creme, I was so surprised with how this turned out, and actually I'm just like very happy with it. This is the Oyster Scene from Alice in Wonderland. Here is my little teacup oyster garden that I created. I'm gonna do some close-ups so you can see a little bit closer. So here we have the bottom oyster, and they have like their own little pool of water with some really fun little rocks and also some seaweed. And then here is another little oyster, and this oyster has a full amount of seaweed behind her. Really fun little pearls and jewels, same with on this side of the teacup, to make it just look a little more like bubbly, like under the sea kind of theme. And I thought the color scheme of this cup just really matched like the oyster scene so well, and I'm just really pleased with how it turned out. I would love to know down below what you thought of this craft. Also, if you are going to make a teacup, or if you were to make a teacup, what scene would you have chosen? I would love to know which one you would choose. This one was really hard for me to come up with, so thank you, Mom. I know you're watching. Thank you for helping me choose what this theme was going to be. Next month, Katie and I are going to be doing a crafted where you guys select what we are doing, and it is going to be through an Instagram poll. So be sure to follow us. I'm going to link both of our Instagrams down below. I'm so excited. The theme is Hercules. Shh. Don't tell Katie I told you. Actually, she might have already announced it. I'm not 100% sure. But with that being said, be sure to go and watch Katie's video today for the crafted series. Also, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. It definitely helps creators with their channel, and I appreciate you being here so much. Thank you again so much for watching. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you thought of this month's crafts and tell me what you would have done. And I will see you guys in the next video. TTFN! Bye!